Hi everybody, welcome back to this channel. Let me begin by sharing about explosion. I have discussed this with a few leaders of a church in Grace Church Puchong, and we are going to initiate this and we see how it goes from there. And let me explain a little bit background on explosion. I cannot go to too much detail, but I just want to share a bit why I started this, because when if you watch a video of a rocket launch, if you are not in America or somewhere where you can see it live in person, in the video, the rocket goes up all the way and it reached the point of breakthrough into breaking the atmosphere into outer space. And you don't see a rocket about to reach the breakthrough after all the money spent, all the effort done, everything is done. It goes halfway and it stops there. The purpose is to go into outer space, to break through into outer space. Same with in going into the spiritual realm. Many times we go and we go, and we have to go one more level and to touch or the miraculous realm, and we stop there. You know, have you experienced miracles in your life? If you have not, then you have to really get into the realm, and sometimes we cannot do it alone. We have people with different giftings. We have people who have experienced this, who can take us, and people who can encourage one another and strengthen one another to really go into the realm of the miraculous until explosion happen. Book of Acts. Okay, so why I open up, you see, to everybody in any church is that because there's also a timing. It has to do with desperation. The faith, many times, you look the miracles that Jesus did. These people came to Jesus, and these people who had the miracles, they were desperate. So this is the key to desperation. This is the key, which is desperation. And I find that it has to do with timing, it has to do with the person. So not everybody is desperate, honestly, but there are people everywhere who are really desperate for God to experience miracles, to God for intervene in their situation. And this ministry is to cater to them. So let me read Acts 23 verse 11. But the following night the Lord stood by him and said, "Be of good cheer, Paul, for as you have testified for me in Jerusalem, so you must also bear witness at Rome." You know, Paul suffered real terrible persecution in Jerusalem. He ran for his life, he escaped, but he was executed, as tradition says, in Rome. So what was the impact of Paul's testimony in Rome? You see, it was God's plan, it was Jesus' plan. It is confirmed in Acts 23:11 that Paul was supposed to be in Rome. It must be something significant, right? For Paul paid such a price, and Jesus appeared to him in such an encounter. But you look at history, nothing notable happened in Rome after Paul died, except that Emperor Constantine won the battle at the bridge of Milvian just outside Rome, and later on things developed and he legalized Christianity in 313. After more than 200 years, Paul died. This legalization ended the persecution of Christians and paving the way for widespread evangelism. The true spiritual turnaround began during the Reformation movement in the 16th century, around 1,200 years after the Edict of Milan, which was done by the Emperor Constantine, which legalized Christianity. The Reformation movement provided the kindling and the dried sticks for the fire of the Holy Spirit that ignited worldwide, which we call Pentecostal movement. Okay, at Azusa Street, at the turn of the century, at the turn of last century, okay, which is more than 100 years ago, probably more than 100 years ago. So we are benefiting from the Pentecostal movement until today. We are benefiting when we are speaking in tongues, and all came because of the Pentecostal movement. the revival that happened at Azusa Street. So a seed buried in the ground can grow within a few weeks to months. A dormant seed can survive in the soil for decades and centuries. I just want to encourage you that if you are a catalyst for something very small, you're not even a key driver or main organizer, the seed has a potential for something significant. Okay, just because it's small, just because it is, we like hoo-ha, we like the big thing, Today is very, very, very common, right? You want to launch something, you have a proper launch, to start the hype going, to start the buzz, the publicity and everything, and we feel good that it is really, we think it's something significant because it's really happening. But something can start very small. The 120 at the upper room, they were insignificant. If you ask the public during the time before the fire of the Holy Spirit came down, they were totally insignificant. Significant to us today, but during the public, during that time at that place in Jerusalem, Jesus already died. He appeared to 500, and what left was about 120. The rest, I don't know where they were, but the Holy Spirit came. The most significant thing, one of the most significant things in the church history happened then. God bless you.